Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, Codename Agent. Whoo! Oh, it's danger, god damn it. And check it out, man. For this video, I wanted to take a moment briefly to talk to you guys a little bit about a couple things that will be coming in update 5.9. Now, before I get things started, I gotta let y'all know anything you see here, anything I say in regards to this APK that was sent to me is subject to change when the update goes live next Tuesday, rolling into Wednesday, depending on where you are in the world. Right, so I'm basically just giving feedback based on the information that I have now. However, they could tweak stuff, they could buff stuff, they could nerf stuff. It's still open to change. Now, I know you guys are excited to see how the uniforms and the characters perform, and trust me, I'm gonna get to that in due time. However, I had a couple of you guys hitting me up with some important questions, so I wanted to tackle them in this video. So, first and foremost, right, I know a lot of you guys are kind of upset, especially if you're free to play, because this update is going to require you to spend one of two things: crystals or cash. Cash is harder to come by depending on where you are in the world, but absolutely every player in this game has access to crystals. You don't get it in abundance, but you get some from simply playing the game. So do your timeline battle, do your dailies, build up characters to level 60, and you can get additional crystals. And just like you would save for a uniform sale, save for the characters that you want. Okay, that goes towards Professor X being in the danger room and Mystique being in the crystal shop. Now, good news is, if you're playing the game right now, you will have access to Mr. Sinister completely for free. You will be able to unlock the character at the very least, and I'm going to show you guys what I am going to do, right? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and when this thing actually comes to the live server, if it does come to the live server, fingers crossed, hoping it does, no reason why they would put it in the APK, but not in the live build, right? So if this actually becomes the case, and you are able to get Mr. Sinister right here from the reward list in place of Colossus, this will make it so that he's actually not a hard paywall if these events are frequent enough. We don't see them that often, but they do happen. And as you can see, you're gonna get anywhere from 130 to 150 off his bios. And most of this is from simply playing the game. All you have to do is pick a side, and win, lose, or draw, you're gonna get something, which is very, very good. So a fan favorite here. He's not the most free-to-play friendly character. He's not one that you're going to be able to pick up from Shadowland Selector, but he's not completely lost to you if you live somewhere in the world where you don't have access to money to invest in this game. Okay, so that is very, very good. Another thing I want to talk about is something that I stumbled upon as I was going through my roster. Now you're gonna notice down here it says advancement for every character that has never gotten their moment to get to level 70 yet, or a character that has not realized their potential yet. You're gonna notice something very, very interesting. You see right here, once you unlock their potential, it seems as though once you get them to level 2, this new option becomes available: potential enhancement ticket. Right, and this is here for quite a bit of characters right now, but for some reason it's not there for all of them. And I think you actually have to like unlock the potential first. When I first seen this, right, I thought it was going to be something to eliminate the RNG from finding the potential, but that's not the case. The RNG for finding the potential is still going to be there. However, once you actually find their potential and you realize it, this new option that allows you to use a ticket that is not in the game yet becomes available. However, I think, right, this may be coming in the live build. Do not quote me on it yet, but there's no reason for them to put a button here and show us that something is going to come in regards to these tickets if they didn't plan to implement it relatively soon. Now, quell your expectations. I'm saying that out loud because I want to also do that myself. What I mean by that is, don't get overly excited for this ticket. Don't think it's gonna solve your problem of having to invest a ton of gold and a lot of biometrics into these characters to get them from level 60 to level 70. We all know, depending on your luck, it costs a lot of gold, a lot of materials, whether it's black antimatter, chaos storm stones, phoenix feathers, Mcron crystals, etc. And it also costs thousands of biometrics to get these characters from 60 to 70. So, people have been asking for tier 3 tickets for the longest time. I never see that happening unless we get tier 4, right? However, this is the next best thing, but at the exact same time, expect it to be very rare and very expensive, okay? Because what it's effectively doing is taking away some of the grinding that you need to do to collect the gold and taking away some of the grinding that you got to do to collect those other materials that I spoke about in addition to the biometric. Do not expect this thing to be cheap. Don't expect it to be free, okay? I'm not saying that's what I want, but it is just another way for them to monetize things in the game. And honestly, I have no problem with that. If you have the cash and you don't have the materials, sure, support the game and then get your character to level 70. You're still gonna need to have the tier 3 materials to tier 3 them, right? Some people may not like this, but I think it's just an alternate means to get to your end goal. I have no problem with it. However, if you guys start getting really excited and you think this thing is gonna be completely free to play, do not expect that, okay? Expect it to be very, very rare. Like, look at how long. Let me see if I have one in my inventory. Okay, we don't have one. Actually, we do. We have 5. What am I saying? Anyways, right? Look at how long these things have been in the game. How often do they give these away for free? And when they're on sale, how expensive are they? That should give you an idea of how premium this item is going to be. It's going to be, in my opinion, more expensive than a Mega Mythic uniform ticket. So, even though I think it's a really cool addition and it's another way for the game to get money to keep running, right? Without making it like completely like paywall and you can't get any character for free ever, right? Quell your expectations, okay? Next thing I want to talk about is in regards to World Boss Ultimate. Some of you guys were very, very concerned in regards to the strikers. Are they going to be reverted back to what they were before? Is there going to be a nerf to mind control or defense down coming in this update? From what I can see so far from the limiting testing that I've done, the strikers seem to be functioning the same way they are currently functioning in 5.8. Meaning they come in every 3 or so seconds, 3 at a time, and mind control seems to be working the same way. Same goes for defense down. In addition to that, Captain America and Weapon X seem to still be working quite well together when you hit that purple co-op button. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back a couple videos where I was talking about, like, pretty much everybody has been talking about it, right? Basically, it's just how you combo strikers to do massive amounts of damage every 30 seconds in World Boss Ultimate. It doesn't look like they're going to be doing anything about that right now in this particular update, but don't rely on that forever. They might do something about it in the future, so get your high-level clears in as quickly as possible so you can get all of those achievement rewards, right? The Conqueror level. Additionally, some of you guys were asking if there's going to be any new materials added to World Boss. Not that I've seen, not in the boxes, and not in the regular drop pool for these characters. I'm sure you guys over here against Thanos, if anybody would have it, Thanos would have it, and he doesn't. And the reason why people are asking about that is because there's a new item in the game in Squad Battle. And I will be running Squad Battle in another video because this one's already getting pretty lengthy and I don't want to give you guys another 20-minute video. I've done multiple 20-minute videos today. But there's a new item coming in Squad Battle, and it has people thinking it may be what you're going to use to awaken mutants, because mutants in this game use a different material from every other character. Even though we have different races, different species, aliens, whatever, they all use Chaos Norm Stones, Black Antimatter, Biometrics for the most part, but then mutants, they use X genes. They even have their own different symbol, like their stars or X's instead of being stars, right? So because of that, and we now have our first mutant who can be awakened in Mystique, many people are speculating that the new item that can be acquired from the squad battle is actually going to be, go in here, used for let me pull this thing up, and as you can see, it's the Mandalay Gem. Now the problem with this is I hope this is not the only reward that is going to be offered in this game mode, because if that's the case, it is not going to be enough incentive to get people to play this on a regular basis. It's basically going to be another game mode, kind of like Danger Room, where I can see what they were going for and it looks really fun, but the rewards may just not be there. So hopefully, in addition to that new gem that we're potentially going to be using to awaken mutants or anybody else, and the reason why people are saying it could be for mutants is because, let me see, materials, it looks pretty similar to the awakening crystals, right? It looks like it's just a bunch of awakening crystals crushed up and combined in one image, right? So for the most part, people are thinking it's going to be the same thing. However, instead of putting it in World Boss, they put it in here. But in addition to that, they need to put something else in the reward pool. They need to put, I wouldn't say CCF, I would say leave CCF and World Boss where it is, right? But put maybe Titan component packs here, or maybe put a little bit of crystals, right? Because with everything we're getting in the game on such a frequent basis, like forever requiring you to spend more and more crystals, whether it's new characters in Mystique or new Danger Room packages in Professor X, or new Epic Quest characters like Magneto, right? In addition to monthly uniforms, right? It's getting to a point where there's just not enough crystals to go around, right? And I don't like the fact that so many of the free-to-play players feel so alienated. Now I understand the game needs to make money, right? So they can't give everybody everything for free day one, and that's why they give you a slow drip of crystals for you to then micromanage and save and pick what you want to buy. However, if they want people to spend a large portion of their time playing these game modes that they're taking a lot of time to develop, they need to make sure that people feel like they are being rewarded for that effort. Because for this game mode specifically, you're going to need to build multiple different characters, right? Looking at this, like it has like so much potential. It has so much potential, and it would be a shame for it to be wasted. One thing I want to say here is I hope these conditions become a lot more restrictive as you make progress and you move up in leagues, because as you can see, this is the minor league and you can go as far as Vibranium. You can see the rewards keep getting better and better in terms of how many of these Mandalay Gems you're getting, but nothing else is being added. I hope you're going to get some crystals just like in Timeline Battle, because they basically took the Timeline Battle formula for how this is laid out, right? And it's basically the same way how you get promoted in Timeline Battle. The only difference is in this game mode, it's more so Shadowland / Alliance Conquest. You use way more characters, which is what we want. People have been asking for more ways to use their characters in the game. However, I don't think this is enough, because this is only using a small fraction of a roster that's getting 3 new characters every single month, or maybe a month and a half. Like every 5 to 6 weeks, we get 3 new characters. We're over 200. This is not going to forever solve that problem, unless they make it so that every week or every month when this thing resets, you get put back down to minor leagues and you have to climb all the way to the top once again, all the way back to platinum. However, they have to do it in such a way where the characters you use in minor can only be used that one time. And just like how in Shadowland, when you use a character once, they're basically gone for you until the reset. If they do that for this game mode, that could be really, really awesome, because you'd have to be very strategic in where you use certain characters. You couldn't use Jean Grey in the minor league and then expect to have her when you get to platinum. You know what I'm saying? And assuming the game mode, the content itself is going to get much harder, the time is probably going to get a lot shorter, and the time freeze thing that's in here is going to be a lot more potent, right? This could actually be a whole lot of fun However, it has to be rewarding. The rewards have to be there. And for me right now, the Mandalay Gems are just not enough incentive for people to spend a lot of time building characters for this game. Now, obviously, some people are going to play this, right? There's no game mode in this game, as bad as they may be, that people are gonna 100% avoid. There's always gonna be someone playing, but if only 1% of the player base is playing a game mode, it really should show you that something needs to happen. And I would hate to see them spend so much time developing this piece of content for nobody to really have any kind of fun or anything positive to say about it, because I like the concept of it. It's just that the rewards, right, they need to be a little bit better than just awakening crystals for me, right? Because this doesn't even help you get your characters to like level 70 for you to awaken them, right? You have to play other game modes to awaken. You have to play other game modes, i.e. World Boss Ultimate, right? To get the materials to then get them to level 70 and then use these awakened crystals from here to get the awakened skill. It just, no, man, like we need more. I think this is a good place to put some crystals. And one thing I really want to stress here, I've been talking forever, but one thing I really want to stress here before I let you guys go is Future Fight Team, if anybody's watching this, please consider, if it hasn't been done yet, adding more restrictions. We have way more than just blast, speed, combat, universal, superhero. We want to see supervillain tags. I want to see mutant tags. I want to see inhuman tags. I want to see, I don't know, weapon master tags. I want to see all these tags that are represented on this screen right here, right, as a limiting factor to kind of force people to think outside of the box, use different characters, and try to make progress up this ladder, right? It would be really cool. It would be really lame if these were the only, like, I guess, restrictions that we had, like blast, like, you know, like, no, man, those are like, you know what I'm saying, really common. So I'd like to see if, like, we had blast, male, I don't know, mutant, right away. That would limit your options, and then it would kind of force you, like, okay, Magneto, who else we got for blast, male, mutant? You know what I'm saying? Then you have to really start thinking out of the box, and you can't just put Jean Grey, Thanos, you know what I'm saying, Deadpool everywhere, right? I'm just saying. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Next video we'll do a little bit of gameplay, but I really wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on this game mode overall and a couple other things in the game. Anything else you guys want to see, hit me up. We can definitely make it happen. Until next time, stay safe. I'm not joking, man. I mean, stay safe. I'm saying scary times ahead. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.